Ryanniag ti Ilocos, programa ngagserbi kamang kenrang tayo iti gobyerno probinsyal. Lalo na iti beneg iti sanggo niyang panlalawigan ti probinsya ng Ilocos Sur. Mangted tinanay nga informasyon kadagiti programa, proyektos, tulong ken mga sistir kadagiti ang problema nga OFW ang kalugaran tayo. Ryanniag ti Ilocos Tinagaget, Produktibo Presiding Officer, the busy Governor of the Province of Ilocos Sur, Ryan Luis Singson, our main anchor, Ken Lito Javier, our co-anchor, Ryanniag ti Ilocos Sur, at tuyen nagsubli ngagserbi kada kayo, agsipod tada kayo ti inspirasyon mi, Ryanniag ti Ilocos Sur, da kayo ti inspirasyon mi.
Ay, hello, good morning, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Ryanniag ti Ilocos Sur. Da kayo po ti Inspirasyon May, 25th of April. Happy Fiesta San Vicente Ferrer. Piyesta tayo po di tap ili ti San Vicente, Town Fiesta, papagayam. Alaket ado po dagiti activities, idi kalman, di na minsan, di kalman, ken iti dayto po nga aldaw ag malmalem dayta ken dagiti agsanga ili dita ke las apel ako matamang amoy mo number ko texan dak tawagan dak adu apo dagitay deboto ti San Vicente Ferrer imay dita si Muknal kas kente no motibyang musta kay amin apo dagiti taga Abra launa nakadado kayo ket amuyong amin apo ket pilgrim area daytoy met San Vicente church tayo papagayam niya. So happy fiesta dita apo Mayor Jonan Tabanda ken syempre kastamat na po dagiti sanggunyang bayan members nga dalwan niya po Vice Mayor Tercero ken niya po Kapitan Mel apo ABC Mel Dakep tayo so namat apo iti Kapitan ti Poblasyon ken da kayo aminen nga barangay officials met ditan dagitay naanos nga tanod Police Bureau of Fire niya. Happy fiesta. Ingat-ingat lamang po. Tamo yung matan kat ado dagitay sanga ili itata kaya dagitay biyahe niya ingat sa biyahe. Okay po mga kaibigan, tigayem kan kabsat yo kapidyo Lito Javier po di programa Ryanniag ti Ilocos Sur manipod met ito pisina ti BC Gobernador tayo Ryan Singson. Kumusta kayo amin na po dita Balasio Taaw dita United States of America dita Europe papagayam Europe countries dita Roma, Espanya kastamet na po dita United Kingdom, Pransya. Happy viewing kada kayo amin. Manang Lisa Castillo, kumusta ka? Dita Pagilian iti French. Ya, sapay la kumata makapagkikita tito nagbakasyon ka palubos na po Dios. Ken dagitay gagayem tayo dita Roma, Parebong Velasco. Ken da kayo amin na po nya, Maricon Raginden, kumusta ka? Dita Milano, Italia. Yan, nagbakasyon kanu magayam ni Jojit Soberano. Dita Pagilian iti Canada, mga kaibigan. Kaya siya amata makapagsasarak tayo. Okay? Ken kastamot na po dito'y Middle East countries, dita Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, dita Kuwait, dita Dubai with love. Kumusta kaya amin dita po? Anywhere in Dubai, anywhere in Middle East, I should say. Ken kastamoten dito'y Asian countries, ita Hong Kong, Singapore, yan, di kita ado nga OFW tayo dita, mga kaibigan, ya. Ket sapay-sapay la kumata, okay na okay po kayo. Dita Lebanon, kumusta Janice Balalio, happy viewing, agbuybuya ka mo sa paminsan, nagasat nga pa nagbuybuya, kada kayo dita nga awan iti labas na. Lebanon, dita Sudan, Diyos ko Lord, ayan ti guba manan, kasi man dagitay 700, more than 700 Filipino overseas, kaduan na pa iti adad ta Sudan, kat awan ti kwada, awan ti naga na region, papeles na po nga trabaho dita, gagayem ka na po kailian, so dayay. Dayay ti karigatan mo't nga parte na ya, agkwa kayo apo, trabaho kayo mapanggay ti Balasio Taaw as tourist into no nakakita kayo ti pagtrabahoan nyo dijay tanda siya amot ti kita ay kagyang kay dijaya into no kan nagka-problema kayon kasta po nakadaado ti income tinultulunganen nga kakasta na po nga sitwasyonan gagayem kay na po kailian ya deta ti riga na mga kaibigan kaya sapay-sapay lang kumaata atay kunak makwayo amin na po dagita, malampasan niyo amin dagita po nga klase iti rigat, gagayem kaya na po kailian, sapay lang kumapot, dagitoy, abambanag, ket malampasan tayo, halang malampasan, o di makasurvive tayo, ya, takakasi na gitoy. Kasla kumadigiti napasamak ti jay earthquake di po di Turkey papagayam. Oh, anong nangyari? Nagado ti nairamraman, nagado Pilipino mo tapo nga nairamraman. Kanya nga rod, kasta nga talaga apo, didigra laki nga rod. Ngam gitoy kun natayo man na po nga guba-guba dita balasyo tao, dagita po ti ayan iti problema itata. Ket teko na nga rod din nga po Santo Papa, kailangan na mag-usap-usap po tayo. Gagayem kaya na po kailian, makiusap-usap lang po tayo, magpag-usapan kung ano mang problema. Diba? Talaga ma, dakkel ti lubong ngem, nya, dakkel ti langit ngem ti lubong papagayam. Gusto na iya po, nya. Kaya nasawan, no da problema, ado ti mahanap tayo apo nga solusyon. Diba? Ganun naman talaga yon. Alawala, sige po mga kaibigan, happy viewing na lang. Uy, kumusta kayo pa dita Canada po? Ya? Dita Canada, happy viewing kada kayo amin dita nga wan tilabas na. Okay, ado na giti topic po intay nga pagpapatangan, mga kaibigan. Ada na pandigay ko di kalman? Jay Casa Vicente? Oh, so na importante ngamin apo daytoy. The interview da. Handa nag-interview? Nya rod. Na video da. Okay. Nabi importante ngamin na po dito kasi dito yung rehabilitation dito amin nga naging ginud. Dito'y parte na po iti Bigan City. Ya? Ado ti agsalsalodsod no apay nga hamutten nga makwada gitoy, masimpa-simpa da gitoy yan, nabayagan mga kaibigan. Ado apo tegsalsalodsod no apay nga hamot nga masimpa-simpa da gitoy yan. Kasi siyempre dapat na lang nga masimpa. Adamo pundon. Nagadado apo ti donasyon. Manipod balasyo tao, manipod karigitay nasyat ti panagpuspuso na nga kalugaran tayo, leaders tayo, papagayam, di ba? Ado apo, ore pa ni Vice Governor Ryan Singson, napampay ng ti donasyon na di simbaan. Dito yung katedral, tanong ma-estimar, masimpa lang kuma. Hindi pa lang last year na ita. Pero until now, wala pang nangyari. Ya? Aglalati pa yung dati lando ka nga, pinatadar na dito sangwanan nan. Supposed to be kumaday, no, haanda ko ba po nga inaturgaran idi, dihang kumapay lang nga ipatpatakdar na ya, at kasi nalat ako man nga ruins latan, di ba? Hamot apo nga magaraw-garaw, hamot nga makuti-kuti na kita nga project, until such time nga, awan na po, until such time nga, ada iti approval, iti komisyon. Kaya tatay, may apo, iti biyang iti World Heritage Commission, kaya niya kamo ano, niya tinapagpapatangan da, so nga ito no madamdama, inaktomat apo ipatangatang daytay pabuyak to kada kayo dito yung napasamak nga meeting di Casa Vicente nga nakasangailian na po ti World Heritage Commission iti National Historical Institute kastameten mga kaibigan iti opisina niya po Mayor Bonito Singson. Dagitoy apo tingkaminto idanon kada kayo kat denggen yung ano siya adan to pagbaliwan na adu nga development dagayam kana po kailan kasi apo iti talagang kaya mi apong ipakita ta. Siyempre kaya tayo nga iras kumara kita. No dumteng manan idi na minsan adamanen ginggined di parte nat Sambales. Santa Cruz Sambales nung jak agriro dayay nalabsam mi dayay idi apo dinagawid kami dayay nga lugar. Bale abagatanen apo ti Infanta Pangasinan papagayam. Diyan tinagsentruan na 5.2 so nga nukit kita asideg lang taluson da kita. Di pa nga narugyan nga nasimpa na gitid duma. Tapno masimpa ko madagitan, at least kahit papaano ko may kadagitay nakaikabilitan na po nga harang-harangan nga isumat apo iti mangdadael na gito iti buya na. Mapangkata World Heritage, sag video ka kumadta ka, picture ka, kadama nagi galba dijay nga aysor nga makitkita. Tapos dagitay nakaikabil nga net dijay, protective net ko na ganap. Napirpirsay pa yan, kadagiti tulda, napirpirsay pa yan. Kasano nga rin nga ipagam, mga kaibigan, nga kasya apo, dapat na kita amin na mangtadalaki diti go signalan, damot itulong itibiyang iti National Historical Institute and kan iti World Heritage Commission ay kat the best na po yun. Gawin na natin mga kaibigan ang karapat dapat for the improvement. Tapno ti kastak at makagunod tayo manin apo iti adupay nga turista nga umay ditoy probinsya tayo nga Ilocos Sur, not only in Vigan City, right? Nakita yung impact na po, hindi tiyempo na, hindi semana. Halos walang di mahulugan ng karayom, mga kunada nga road, po, itingles. Dito nga lugar, di nasisat kumapay, nawang kumadagita harang-harang, makikita tayo, gagayam ka na po kailan. Di ba? Nawawan na kita nga harang-harang na, dahil na po, iti kuwakuman, dapat na mangyari, kada gito yung gundawe, aramidin tayo kuma, itinanaya po nga, pamuspusan. Yan, tibiyang nga po ti local government, ti probinsya nga Ilocos Sur. Kaya damot apo nga makita nga talaga mga kaibigan na agplastar na gituyan apo. Okay, nagkaroon ti meeting, after the meeting, ano namang mangyayari? Sana tuloy-tuloy na yung development dyan, rehabilitation. Kasi lalo nagrigat agrehab, damo yung mutan na po, nga simple nga road, kita materialis nga sa rentay dita, masapol nga di ikabit mo akit, masapol mo apo nga di talaga nga sila ruins lat anya kasla ko antik latama, di ba? Parang antik ang dating lata. Kasi apo, iti dapat na talaga. So hintayin po natin mamaya ang pagbalik po natin, ipabuya tayo apo dito nga banag meeting dita ka sa Vicente Mayor Bonito Singson. Kumusta kayo metapo dito City Hall? Happy viewing. Kada kita bubuya kanyak dito opisina. Pakapsot lang dito audio dito sa cellphone nyo. Ang kailaki di nga makaistorbo. Wine, kumusta kaya amin na po dito? Mayak ito po masyar dito opisina ni Ma'am Marian dito franchising. Happy viewing. Kada kayo dito po dito sa Gunyang Panlunsod Office. Okay? Alright, ito numalam mo, danto man na po maraming nga regular session, tisang kunyang palalawigan, hindi probinsya tayo nga Ilocos Sur, apo kailian, okay? Kahit kumet apo nga ulitin kada kayo, ibagbaga kada kayo apo, nga ti programa Ryanniag ti Ilocos Sur, mabalin yun tolat tapo, ti ag-comment into nog programa kami, ton Sabado, ken ni apo, Vice Governor Ryan Singson, pangabakan nyo apo, iti 15,000 pesos, ada ti mga abak apo, ti 10,000 pesos, ada mga abak apo, ti 5,000, ada mga abak ti 3,000, adda mga bak apo iti 1,000. You are all qualified basta Ilocos Suriang ka. Okay? Wayam ti pagbuyaan no kay mo tagbuya dito Ilocos Heritage Channel page, no kaya mo tagbuya dito Ilocos Heritage Channel TV. Mga kaibigan, no TV pagbuyam, dito cellphone number ko apo nga dito ni. Dito. Dito ko nakidi, dito nga cellphone number, iso dito apo iti laglagi pa nyo. Ikwayo ngamin, i-save yun reta, Lito Javier, 0926-615-5143 or Ryanniag kung ayulatan. Ryanniag. Di Ryanniag latan, isulatan na po. Ti Castanyon. Gagayam ka na po kailan. 0926-615-5143. Mga kaibigan, Ryanniag. Tapno makasali kayo na TV, cellphone number, pag-text nyo, your name, your address, papagayam. And then, no Facebook Live, your name, your address, and your cellphone number. Okay? Nagbuya kayo kuma dito Ilocos Heritage sa channel, inton Sabado, palbos na po Diyos, ag-comment kayo, ganser kayo dito, mga kaibigan niya, your answer, your name, your address, and your cellphone number, no Facebook Live. Ngam no TV, your answer, your name, your address, and your cellphone number ko. Dahil tapos ipangisyanan nyo. Okay? Kasi nung nag-send kayo yung cellphone number ko, cellphone to cellphone, nga amo ko, yung number yon, oran nyo bagbaga. When, apay nga masapol ko yung number yon, tapos di kasta, agkwa kayo apo, adan to pang tawagak kada kayo. Kasi awarding to ti May 6, palubos na po Diyos, sa first program ti Sabado na yun. Dito ti scheduled of awarding na. So nga, sumali kayo po, dito Ryanniag ti Ilocos Sur, gagayam ka na po kailian, sapay-sapay lang kuma, dito kayo po nga mga bak kayo, isopay nga pakichendayo, Pero mga baka ti 1,000, di dapat kitsyendam. Kaya nung may kasatam na jay 15,000, di pa yung nagdakkalabanag na yan, han, ada allowance mo makabulanan. See, ganoon lang po yon. Sa padaanan na kami po programa tayo. Mga kaibigan, Ryanniag ti Ilocos Sur gagayem ken apo kailan. Ag-comment kayo. No kaya yo tag-commenten takitag no kasanugasa yo. Lucky pick to apo ti mapasamak ti daytoy nga banag gagayem ken apo kailan. Okay? Sige po. Programa Ryanniag ti Ilocos Sur agsubli kami to apo kalpasan lang dagitoy.
No serbisyo analaka nga catering ti Masapulyo, adda iti Caril's Garden Catering Services ang masarakan di Mabini Street, Barangay Rizal, Kabugao, Ilocos Sur. Adu pa iti agkakaimas nga makan ti inkay pagpilian. Ken saan lang kadayta na ornos ti serbisyo da, napintas iti set up da. Ken saan yon a problema no kasapulan nyo iti venue. Oray anyaman nga okasyon ket mabaling nga rambakan kas iti kasar, birthday, anniversary, reunions, meeting, ken dumapay. Caril's Garden and Catering Services ti kapintasan ken kalakaan. Nadaras pa'y akasarita ti akin bagi ani Sir Carlito ken Maricar Asena. Wenno kontaken iti numero 0917-799-1273. Wenno 0917-799-5110. Caril's Garden and Catering Services. Umay kayon!
Problema yu kadi iti panangalat ti student driving permit, renewal iti lisensya ngagmaneho, ken panang-upgrade iti restriction code dagiti lisensyayo. Solbaren dagiti nga problema yo iti RX Driving School. Ti RX Driving School ket accredited iti LTO ng eskwelaan amang ipaay kadagiti sumaganad. TDC wenno theoretical driving course. Kasapulan daytoy kadagiti mangalat ti student permit. PDC wenno practical driving course paramat kadagiti mangala iti non-prop wenno professional driver's license. Upgrading iti restriction code paramat kadagiti mangnayon iti mabalinda a manehuen ken ti special driving course paramat kadagiti kayat na tagsursurong agmaneho iti motorsiklo, tricycle, four wheels, manual or automatic ken dumapay. Naanos ken nalaing dagiti driving instructors da nga accredited iti LTO. Dito'y 2nd District, masarakan ti RX Driving School iti National Highway, Barangay Tablak, Candon City, abay iti Sacred Heart Medical Laboratory. Dito'y mat 1st District, masarakan ti RX Driving School, abay mismo iti LTO. Dita poblasyon is San Ildefonso, Ilocos Sur. Ken dita probinsya ti Ilocos Norte, masarakan ti RX Driving School iti along the National Highway, Barangay Kalagip, Batak City, sango ti Ilocondia Cultural Center ken Mariano Marcos Memorial Hospital. Asideg iti mismong LTO. No lisensya ti panagmaneho, ken nasaya ta pagsusuruan ngagmaneho, RX Driving School iti papanan. Para tadadong informasyon, tumawag wenno ag-text kayo iti 0917-578-3132 and 0917-811-0581. Dito 1st District San Ildefonso, 0917-306-3735. Itamot 2nd District Candon City, 0917-120-1745. Ken Ditabatak City, 0917-329-0591. RX Driving School.
Kaya't mo akanayon na nakakondisyon ti motor mo, saan tayo abaybayan ngagdadael? Siguden na patarimaan, tadda tinalaing ken naanos a mekaniko, ken pagkagatangan ti high-end ken genuine a piyesa ti motorsiklo. King Rabe Motorcycle Parts Enterprises. Anyaman na piyesa ken brand ti motorsiklo kasapulan, at daamin dita King Rabe Motorcycle Parts Enterprises. Saan kan ngagpaspasarak, mapankan di sigurado, adupay di pagpilyan tinadumaduma a brand affiliate, motor oil ken kumpleto apang setup. Pasyaren ti Pestuda sa Jikabarwan, Santa Catalina, Ilocos Sur. At dabay branch na dita igid ti National Highway, Sunto, Bantay, Ilocos Sur, ken Sadyay, Dagupan City. Ride safety. Siguradwen anapintas ti kondisyon dagiti motorsiklo. Adda ti mapagtalkaan a King Rabe Motorcycle Parts Enterprises. Ken no kasapulan iloga na pagpasya ken adday ti darayan nyo nga okasyon. Kastapay no dasabaten nyo akaming ti pamilyayo a balikbayan at danda iti ban amarentaan. Kontakin nyo ti numero 0917-188-7507. Ukwa ken imatmatonan da Bonnie ken Lynn Rabe. King Rabe Motorcycle Parts Enterprises.
Only foods ba ang hanap mo? Kaya't mo teg mukbang ng basit ti budget. Papangkan sa J Books Eat Food Hub. Masarakan ti igid ti National Highway, Barangay Kabarwan, Bantay, Ilocos Sur. Giseserve dati only wings, rice, lechon kawale, sisig kanda dumapay a pagpilian. In kayon ti Books Eat Food Hub. Matmatunan dito ni Miss Eileen Tolentino ken ni Miss Luenalo Manlies. And the food, ngem suwak sa bulsa. Anya pa'y tururayam, mapankan ti Books Eat Food Hub. Books Eat Food Hub, sigurado mabsog ta buksit mo. Nagberbero kay matinaimas nga pulutan wano dagiti maprito amakmakan. Saragam lang ti Choylin Fried Station. Masarakan ti naduma-duma pwestuda ti probinsya nga Ilocos Sur, adda dita syudad ti Vigan, ili ti Santo Domingo, Kabugao, Sinait, Narbacan, ken Canton City. At dapat pwestuda dita Abra ken pati Batak ken Lawag City, Ilocos Norte. Adu dagiti mabili mo pagpilian. Adda ti fried chicken, crispy pata, fried itik, lechon kawali, tokwat baboy ken pork sisig. Choylin Fried Station. Fried to perfection. No kaya't mo ti only rice ken only soup all you can, 3 mantas grill house lang sapat na. Ado dagiti pagpilian nga combo meals nga sigurado aswak ti budget mo. Masarakan ti 3 mantas grill house sa Bayubay Sur, San Vicente, Ilocos Sur. What are you waiting for? Come and visit 3 mantas grill house today. Kung mahilig ka mat dagiti matuno makmakan, na tuno grill house lang ang iyong kailangan. They offering chicken inasal, pork barbecue, chicken barbecue, only rice pork inasal ken only chicken wings. Masarakan tinatuno grill house sa San Jose, Narbacan, Ilocos Sur. Anya pa'y tururayang, pasyara mo dagitoy nga panganan. Na i-master biag no nananam timakan.
Nueva Segovia Consortium of Cooperatives. Ti kooperatiba ano bayagin nga serbi kadang ti Ilocano iti amyanan a Luzon. Ti kooperatiba ang manpapaay ti serbisyo, benepisyo ken mangisakit kariti empleyado ken miyembro na. Ti Nueva Segovia Consortium of Cooperatives wano NSCC ket adon tinatulungan na. Babayin medit nga mayat alangin-langin ken kooperasyon dagiti miyembro ken mangimatmaton. Adon tinagduruasan ti kooperatiba. Adupay dagiti nainayon ang kasdek akas ti NSCC Farm, Chicharon Processing Facility, Macro Laboratory, kastameten ti NSCC Plaza, ken NSCC Business Center. Isungan niya pelang ter orayem makikaptengkan iti kadakilan a kooperatiba iti probinsya. Ti Nueva Segovia Consortium of Cooperatives suman na NSCC. Imatmatunan na daytoy ni Dr. Gibina Kenny.
As the heritage province of the North reopens to tourists, it launches the all-new Tour Ilocos Sur app. A quick guide to Ilocos Sur at your fingertips. Find the best tourist spots. Hotels. bars and restaurants. And authentic Ilocos Sur products and food. Be updated on upcoming events, plus get notified on the important announcements and updates. Available for global download on Android and iOS. The Tour Ilocos Sur app. Historical becomes digital.
Rapaapo kaditi makayayo abuya iti uneg iti pagtaingam. Anyama nagasapulam kas ti moderno a klase iti silaw kada ti chandelier LED lights kenda dumapay. Kasapay kadagiti agkakapintas a toilet bowl, wall claddings, stainless sa lababo, kasamenten na dumaduma ti klase na a tiles kenda dumapay a materyales agkasapulan ti pagbangon ti balay. Pasyaren ti AC Newborn Home and Builder Center. Nalawa ti showroom da, agkomportable kang agpili ti kayat mo a disenyo. Mabalin pa'y nga isuda iti magi-set up kadagiti katangin. Masarakan sa Rizal Street, Sulphur, Bantay, Ilocos Sur. Imatmatunan na Mr. and Mrs. Alain Chan. Saanen ngagtaktak mapankan sa JAC Newborn Home and Builders Center.
Okay, tuloy tayo po di programa tayo Ryanniag ti Ilocos Sur papagayam. Kas na ko nakita tayo po dahil meeting may panggip ti restoration kadagiti nadadael nga heritage site or heritage building dito'y Bigan City. Karaman dito'y Bantay dayta. Dito'y nadadael po. Basta amin nga nadadael di earthquake idi last year. Apo kailian dagiti simbaan, dagiti historical markers, dagita na natip-tippingan da ikatan, kumbaga iyaduman narba. So dagiti apo ti rason no apay nga dati meeting di opisina ni apo Mayor Bonito Singson idi kalman. Hintay nga rin na po buyain, dito'y napasamak na meeting, papagayam, nun yan nagresultan na po.
Repair and restoration, and other problems, and we would sustain for during the earthquake. We sustain our ancestral houses in Bigan, which we consider as our national treasures. So it is a matter of public concern, and we've asked the assistance in any form of any non-agencies, international and local, that may be able to help the city of Bigan and the people of Bigan from preserving these ancestral treasures. And with that, I would like to officially open this meeting. Welcome all our visitors. Thank you very much for your time and patience in coming here and help us again, even if it will be for any advice, financial, technical, or as I said, any words of wisdom, any help, any assistance relative to the problems that we want to solve is most welcome. So our sincerest appreciation for your visit and concern.
afternoon, Mayor, and good afternoon, February. And at the same time, I am also a new commissioner of the National Commission for Culture and the Arts. So I took over in March. So when I took over the Ilocos in February, one of the things that we initially did was to ensure that we are able to reach our stakeholders on the ground. So we have been going around to the different World Heritage sites and other UNESCO designated sites, including vegan. I was very lucky to have met Mayor and Leslie Bocogo in Manila one Sunday, and we have been in communication since then. So I am very familiar with what has transpired in the past few months, and of course we know that the 10 months that the church has been left without any repairs is definitely unacceptable, and we are here to find ways to move forward. And I do know that the NCCA also have issues with regard to funding, because the initial funding that the NDRMMC had allocated for the churches was not given, which is why the NCCA had to approach TIEZA. So the board has already allotted 6 million pesos from TIEZA for the shoring of the church. But in my discussions, of course, with Mayor and with Leslie, I think what we really need to do is to go ahead with whatever repairs are needed. So I've been speaking with Chairman Ino Manalo, the National Museum Director General Jeremy Barnes, and I've been telling them that I think the best way to move forward is to give the LGU the go signal to proceed with whatever repairs they feel are necessary. So we will discuss this, and Chairman Ino Manalo is also the new chairman at NCCA. He took office in January. So in fact, he sees this as an urgent situation, and I was told that he may come here on Friday, given that the situation is very urgent. So these are the developments so far, and we will do everything we can to make sure that the repairs start immediately, and of course the first thing to do is to allow the local government to proceed with whatever it feels is necessary. I know that this has been a long-standing concern, really, and again, the 10 months that there was no action is something that we really need to amend, and that is why that is the first thing that we did when we took office in February and March. So so I guess that's for the side of the NCCA. In fact, we have 3 cultural agencies represented here today. We have representatives from the National Commission on Culture and the Arts, the National Historical Commission of the Philippines, and the National Museum. So we see this situation in Vigan as very, very urgent, which is why we called everyone to this meeting, and the NCCA chair has also been informed of what is going on, and he has decided to come here as well within the next few days. So we hope that the issue shall, we are able to move forward towards the repair of all these earthquake damaged structures here in the city of Vigan. And of course, we will be here to support the local government. The communication lines are open now. We hope, as I told Leslie, just message us if there are any concerns so that we can directly address them, because I know that there has been a lack of communication between the cultural agencies and the city government these past few months. So this is something that we want to avoid from today onwards. There should be constant communication between the government cultural agencies and the city of Vigan.
What are the agencies that are involved in so far as cultural ancestral houses and churches are concerned?
It's actually, there are multiple agencies depending on the structure itself. There are times that if it is a declaration of the National Museum, it is the National Museum. There are some structures that have not been declared or are declared by the National Historical Commission of the Philippines, so they are responsible for that. But 2 years ago, the regulatory functions of the National Museum were transferred to the NCCA. So, NCCA. Yes, National Commission for Culture and the Arts. So, it is really a combination of the three agencies, and there really needs to be coordination given that vegan has over 100 or even more structures that require attention. So there should be a discussion among the three agencies over specific structures. I believe that for the cathedral, it is the NCCA that is currently responsible for it. I am not sure if there are other structures that the NHCP is responsible for in vegan, but we can discuss this and find out the jurisdiction of which agency is responsible for which structures.
Yeah. So we have the National Commission for Culture and Arts, we have the National Historical Commission of the Philippines, and the National Museum. How about the National Library?
Well, the National Library is a cultural agency, but they are not responsible for any restoration work. They are just responsible for the libraries, and in the same manner, the archives, while a cultural agency, is not responsible for any restoration work done on structures. They are cultural agencies, but it is only the three agencies, the NCCA, NHCP, and the National Museum, which have undertaken restoration work on built heritage structures.
On heritage structures, of which how many UNESCO cultural heritage sites
So we have three UNESCO cultural, the historic city of Vigan, the four Baroque churches, and the rice terraces of the Philippine Cordilleras.
Those are all
Those would be, so the World Heritage Sites, we have a World Heritage Office in the NCC.
And no other agencies involved.
No, the UNESCO National Commission is responsible for coordination, which is why we are here right now to ensure that the needs of our World Heritage Sites are addressed.
Okay, so that your main purpose is of our National Heritage Sites are concerned is exactly what would be the scope of your. I'm just trying to clarify.
Yes, Mayor.
So that whatever additional works or maybe resources that is needed, but is not within your capability, whatever form, or capability, we can ratify that other process for the technical, financial, or so the scope of your authority or responsibility would be exactly what?
So it depends on the agency. And for the UNESCO National Commission, our scope is really as a coordinating office. So, and of course, advisory as well, because of course, we are the ones communicating to UNESCO via our permanent delegation in Paris. So, for the NCCA is now the regulatory agency for all these structures. So, if there is any work that needs to be done on these structures, these are usually coordinated now with the NCCA.
Coordinated.
And I would say first coordinated because I do know that funding is a very big issue with regard to the NCCA, because personally as section at Ilocos, we've also seen some challenges getting funding. I know that there are some technicalities that need to be addressed, especially with COA. No? So that's why I say first coordinating. But if we can insert this in the budget, especially for 2024, that can also be done here.
Yeah, having been declared or classified by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site, no? I'm not sure if, legally speaking, this has already what do you call this? Ano hindi ko rin yung term, pero yung public interest na. Diba? Because these ancestral houses and our ancestral city building is considered a national historical World Heritage cultural asset. And this is in the public interest already, for which public funds, I think, can be justified the usage of. If we were to look for justification, as you emphasized, the main problem in all of this is, of course, funding. And then there's the legal burden of private, or these are privately owned, and there's a separation of church and state. But then again, having it declared as a World Heritage Site, and the very reason for your existence is for the preservation, maintenance, and looking after all these sites. So it would be the height of intensity you just exist to see. You should, should be, I think, imbued with public interest and the main justification if ever there are funds to be called or to be tapped specifically for the repair and maintenance, preservation, overall preservation of these national ancestral assets.
I agree with you 100%, Mayor. As a World Heritage Site, vegan should be a national priority. All our World Heritage Sites should be national priorities because this is our commitment to the international community to ensure that the structures are protected and preserved. I also believe that even the private houses should be allotted government funding, and this is something we need to clear with COA because many of our projects usually are questioned by COA if it involves private structures. But we must remember that in Bohol, the churches were restored by government because it is of national interest. They are national cultural treasures. So we will. My first suggestion is really for us to push for funding. For the streetscape of Vigan, maybe not the interiors of the houses, but rather the exterior of the houses, because the streetscape is of public interest. We are trying to preserve the streetscape, so I think that there should be government funding allotted, in particular for the exteriors of the structures, and we can lobby for that, especially now that it's the budget season. I think that we might, if we have people we can talk to in the DBM or the national government, it would really be of utmost importance if we can lobby for funding for the restoration even of the private structures, because I do know the difficulties of many of the private owners. They do not have the funding for restoration. So I think that there should be some assistance from the national government, and this has to be coordinated properly with the commission on audit so that we do not have any issues with the projects in the future.
Would it be within your authority to say, we were to request certification from the three agencies represented here, the necessity for the allocation of funds from whatever appropriate sources that can be you justify, you come in, you sing, and again, with emphasis on nothing moves without any funding, but the least of which is the usage of those funds, whatever will come, yung study. We're not really excited about funding any study how to repair because there was already a study made in 920, kaya nun yung may 2010, wherein certain specific methodologies and even the type of materials to be used in any restoration, repair of these ancestral houses, including, I think, the church of which we have the same material. We use the same material in construction, engineering design. So, kung magkaroon ng certification from your group on the necessity, then we can, I suppose we can start the process of soliciting, using that to solicit whatever financial assistance that may be needed. And we can combine that with specific program of works for any repair and restoration that we may come up with. Our engineering department as well as our partner NGOs and private architects and engineers based in Ligan, whom we have confidence in so far as familiarity is concerned. While we do respect the expertise of the national agencies in UNESCO, the architects and engineers here local based are very, very familiar. And then of course, we have our bigger conservation council, anything and everything that has to do with the structure, especially the portion, which includes the church and the has to be approved by the bigger conservation council.
Yes, Mayor. On behalf of the UNESCO National Commission of the Philippines, we will definitely give you that letter of support that it is urgent. Clusters of the rice terraces in Ifugao. We need to have specific structures or requests that we want to bring up to the national government. So, for example, in the rice terraces, they have requested for irrigation because many of the clusters are abandoned and they don't have funding to fix the irrigation. So on the part of Vegan, we would like to, maybe we can sit down with the council and find out what are the needs, and then we can consolidate that together and send it to various agencies of the national government. As soon as we have that, I will also speak to my counterparts, the Director General Jeremy Barnes, Chairman Ian Manalo of the NCCA, and Chairman Manny Calayo of the NHCP, so that we can also come up with these letters from their agencies. So as soon as we go back, and I will speak to the different agency heads so that we can discuss ways forward. But again, it's very important that we are able to insert this in the budget for 2024, if possible, for the houses and all the other structures that we want to repair, so that it can be given funding. Again, I agree with you, Mayor, that being a World Heritage Site, vegan should be a national priority. And I do know that Director General Jeremy Barnes had also mentioned this. It should be a national priority, especially after what happened during the earthquake. So yes, definitely, Mayor, we will be supporting the city government with regard to that.
So if we can get that certification, at least that will, any fundraising activities that we may have, that we may do, we will attach that certification. To assure also those who want to help. this is with it's really necessary and as the national agencies concerned do certify. The next one would be, do we need a permit from any national agency or any repair and restoration work that we may do, or that totally depends on us whether funds may be sourced out from Mexico?
Yes, I believe, Mayor, that's the reason why Chairman Pino and I will be coming here. He will discuss with you these next steps so that the local government can really pursue these restoration efforts unhindered. I know that it's been a frustration for the local government for the past 10 months that it could not intervene in the Vegan Cathedral, which is why we immediately raised this concern. And the NCCA chairman will be coming here to discuss the next steps with you. So with regard to those permits, we will find a way to ensure that the local government can proceed with restoration.
Again, we've been taking as with the Vegan Conservation Council, and then we're in charge of, and that council is in charge of approving any repair, restoration of these structures within the course of specially, and of course all existing structures considered ancestral. So kami mismo we review, we approve, or disapprove, we make recommendations. And insofar as these other structures are concerned, with or without funding, my question goes back to, do we need your permit or can we go ahead with our own approval of our own Legal Conservation Council? I'm trying to clarify this because of the statement of the previous official who came in before that told me in my face, do not touch. So, but just to clarify, do we need your permission, or since we have the Vegan Conservation Council and we have the manual that was commissioned from UNESCO,
Conservation Code.
no? Kompleto guidelines namin sa manual, and we have specific methodologies and including sourcing of materials and one that we used before, which we can tap on for the true restoration and repair.
Yes, Mayor. I will support you with that. In fact, as soon as we go back to Manila, I will ask the NCCA board to give the authority to Vegan to approve these restoration works through the Conservation Council. So I do know technically we still need the permission from the NCCA, but I will lobby with the current board to allow Vegan to proceed with restoration work through its Conservation Council, because I am very familiar with the Conservation Council, and it has been doing really good work with regard to the restoration of the houses. And I do know that the architects and all the professionals who are part of this council are very capable of deciding what is best for the city. So definitely, Mayor, you will have my support there, and we will come up with this proposal to the NCCA so that it would allow the Conservation Council to proceed with the restoration of structures.
If I may, Mayor, as the legal basis on the allocation of funds for private property, and as in the case of the Vegan Cathedral, the Constitution itself, meron namang nakalagay ng provision doon yung priority, yung preservation of cultural and heritage. And our only dilemma is under the Heritage Act, which we discussed with the NCCA last time. Hindi kasi kasama sa deputized agencies to LGU. So, insofar as to making restorations and alterations to all cultural properties. And from the end of the City Council, we made the necessary amendment to our conservation code insofar as making mandatory repair order for the private owners that if the property has the potential of losing its cultural integrity, the LGU can come in and make the necessary order. Otherwise, within 30 days, kung wala pa, the LGU can allocate funds for its preservation and restoration, provided that a portion of the property will serve for public use, like museum perhaps, or souvenir shop. And the proceeds from that will be used to pay the government for the funding.
Thank you very much.
Para pagka-ginastosan mo natin yung private property, private residence, ancestral, parang ang condition is that it should be open to limited public viewing also, because these are our tourist sites, without compromising, or not only for public but for commercial use. So long as it does not compromise ancestral integrity.
So I also want to stress, because there are members of the media here, that Vigan is internationally recognized for its effective city planning with regard to conservation. So that's why we're here to listen, because we know that you know what should be done, and we will definitely make sure that the government cultural agencies will listen and support the projects of the local government to restore the structures. On the other hand, I brought with us today a private stakeholder as well. We have a representative from Davis Paints, and Davis Paints has offered to donate paint for the restoration of the houses of Vigan. So maybe we can hear a little bit from Joanne Ryanniag from Davis Paints.
Good afternoon, Mayor. So we're actually here because we want to support, of course, LGU and UNESCO, NCCA, and all the cultural agencies. So, Davis Paints is actually here to support your restoration of the cultural heritage sites. So we did our inspection yesterday with Ivan, and we found out that hindi pala white talaga yung colors ng mga houses. So we're actually excited to bring back the colors of old Vigan. In fact, we want to come up with customized colors for the city. So kung ano yung colors talaga that you na-identified with Vigan, we can create that for you also.
Based on our limited knowledge of the ancestral houses, napapapak yung mga recent plastered paint. Currently, most of the houses here before, because of the Mexican influence that came with the value trade, a lot of the houses here, the original colors were yung pastel color. There are, I myself have several books on Mexican Peruvian houses, bricks rin, tapos yung mga corners nila. There are several books on that. I had personally nandito. So, there was a time that everything was whitewashed here. Mga pinturan ng puti, kaya puti. But we might consider making Vigan more exciting by bringing the very colorful houses, original from dati. And this can be easily konting ano mo lang, kasi lumang plaster na lupa, makikita mo yung shape ng
Yes, actually po, because kami Sir ni Ivan yesterday and this morning also, that we saw the colors underneath the white paint. So we can actually consult with you as to the color palette that you would prefer, and also the color names. Para we can create one talaga for Vigan that you can own.
Actually, as Joanne mentioned today, they will be sending a technical team over after this meeting, and we will ask them to coordinate with the Vigan Conservation Council so that we can determine the right colors and the right paint that will be required. So again, Davis will be donating whatever paint requirement those houses need. So we have to find out what the correct paint should be so that it doesn't peel off. So those are the things that the technical team of Davis will be coordinating with the council for that.
Aside from the colors that we want to go back to our ancestral houses, the type of paint that were used before, which when we have a lot of different opinions there, no? Yung ginamit na pangkulay, yung, because our ancestral houses here are made of bricks, no? Then the plaster, technical, yung position ng plaster natin, yung sumisinaw.
Paano yung
Abot tayo lang, no?
line?
So, and then yung pinagpipintura mo, yung natural yung color pigments, no? So, modern paint now, you know, like yun, elastomeric paint, no? Parang, based on my own experience, parang nagiging plastic yan, hindi humihinga. So, matibay nga, pero hindi na, most ng pilo, parang pipilo ng patient mask. So, what we need, aside from the color, the right colors, would be the right type of paint, which should make the, I'm discussing this out of appreciation for your donation for help. Para magagamit talaga ako natin yung nabibigay. Yung nakatahinga, sabi nila, nakatahinga yung pintura na ginagamit. Simply because, well, number one, we have 2 seasons in the Philippines, wet and dry. During the wet season, there is humidity that seeps into all our thick walls. And yan, nagkakaroon ng moisture. Dapat nakakahinga yun para hindi mag-weaken yung structure sa wall.
Babalik po kami, Mayor, and then we'll bring our technical team with us. So we can ask them to check the surfaces talaga para we can specify the right type of paint. And then we can also do samples muna before we paint all the houses para po ma-check muna, ma-approve po before we implement.
Hindi ko alam kung paano totoo, pero karaburo natin.
Hindi ko lang po siya may pero usually I have a book na nabasa regarding the pigments. They are all natural.
Just
And
like
then,
the pigments that we use for red.
yes,
Original na dye.
So in vegan we have identified the bone white color, the yellow ochre, the bottle green to olive green color. We have also the medium blue and the dark pink. Yun po yung mga nakikitang colors ngayon so far. So maganda po yung suggestion nyo that we create the original color of what we have. So para mag-choose na, siguro pag ipapaalam lang natin sa mga owners ng mga houses to just peel a portion of it para yun yung i-identify natin through microscope or scientific study to achieve the right color. And then we can name them the vegan yellow ochre and ganun po yung maganda.
Yes. So we can actually, yes, Mayor. We can actually name the colors kasi based on kung ano man yung gusto nyo. Kung ano yung preferences. Na representing kumbaga the identity of people.
Ano yung maganda dito, it's going to be a nationally available color palette.
Yes.
So once the colors are determined, and Davis will come up with its own color palette for vegan, this is something that you also can promote in other places around the Philippines.
Parang yung Johnny Red.
Yes. We can, let's say for example, Mayor, we can call it like Bonito Blue or something. So when that one po, that will be available in all our color factory out there. So wherever you go, let's say if it's in Wilcon, you just request for that and you'll get exactly the same shade.
And then, of course, the type of paint, which I think there's even a whole chapter discussing ang tawag natin yung manual? Homeowners, all yung type of paint, pwede gamitin, tsaka very extensive yung discussion. Do we have a copy of that? Ito ko yung tayo dito. Pero nakita niyo na siya?
I have the copy of the book. Yes, I have a copy. I got the copy straight from Bangkok kay Rick Fabis pa.
Rick Fabis?
Oh.
Yeah, he was very active.
Yeah.
Architect, so you were in UNESCO Bangkok.
May guidelines na po. And we also have a copy of that. So we can bring it to our...
Hindi ko piyate na ako.
Meron po. It's available sa Treasury po.
Or kahit PDF? Kahit PDF na lang.
Ano nagsabi mo auto-print na yun?
Auto-print yung color copy niya, pero meron pa rin tayo mga black and white.
Pakuha nyo ngayon sa babae yung color.
Maganda siguro
Para print na tayo
may PDF. Para we can share it also.
Hindi, we're inclined na to make a soft copy for copyright and intellectual property.
Pero pwede natin pa-print yun.
Yes. For publish po, but to make it available online.
Hindi natin natin.
Yes.
Kasi the study was made, funded by UNESCO, pero turned over to the LCT. So we have that manual. And I think we have another one, hindi na kita niya architect pati na naunang yung ginawa ng Cooperasyon ng Espanyol. Parang Spanish government funded a study also dito. Maybe parang USAID, the Cooperasyon ng Espanyol at ang so anyway, and so far as funding is concerned, sir, our concern is, well, number one, you're, without questioning your authority over these structures, especially the churches. And when we have the capacity, capability, financial and otherwise, can we go ahead without going through rigorous application for permit from the national agency?
Mayor, that's what we will be working on. I will move for the deputization of the Vegan Conservation Council so that things can move faster. As soon as, according to Leslie, but we will have a letter sent. I'll send you a copy as well to move for the deputization of the Vegan Conservation Council.
Yes, sir, because right now we have the authority already. That's why we have the Vegan Conservation. But then so much the church is concerned because of that separation of church and all. And then vegan having been what considered as a national, the entire city, well, I specifically the ancestral houses, I was thinking about kung sila dito na touch in churches. So, ever since, yun,
As per legal basis lang po, we, as mentioned kanina, we made the necessary amendments na to our conservation law. And I raised the same concern to Dr. Ryanniag last time, and he acknowledged the the problem, which is we're not one of the deputized agencies, which is very peculiar and very odd na hindi kami kasama, and we're the ones implementing and making sure that our heritage and cultural properties are being preserved and protected. So, since the Heritage Act is a national law, that's our main problem. But to address that concern, you made the necessary amendment, but still, an ordinance is not superior than a functional law. So we to everyone and for especially for NCCA to make the necessary dedication for LGU para makapag-proceed na kami. As of now, we have our ordinance po na-approve na sa province. We can implement that mandatory repair orders will be sent to structurally compromise and especially sa Nueva Segovia and sa church, so that after 30 days of no action from the private owner, we can come in and make the necessary restorations. We can do that na po kasi meron na tayong ordinance to that effect.
But because what we were trying to learn then, doing the one, because the church is the church, the state is the state, separation. We wanted to touch and start, kaya may scaffolding na nun, pinag-usapan sa akin. With the staff, buti may mabuti hindi total nagkaroon ng damage. But again, we have a very particular case here. The Acosta House, yung ginagawa nila Atom. That's an ancestral house. It was in the process of being restored. And then, last earthquake, totally na-collapse. Ito po yung manual. So, medyo na ako gusto na sa papapatin kami. Because we make this available for sale and the city government, tourism office. It has all the very extent. Meron siyang how to, yung pictura, plastering, wood, etc. So very extensive ito. So the legal hurdle is the authority of over the Legal Conservation Council.
We'll work towards that, Mayor. As soon as our meeting is over, I'm actually going to call some of our colleagues in the commission and find ways to deputize the Legal Conservation Council, because to be honest, it's going to be a very tedious process if every structure that we want to restore will have to go through that same NCCA process. It's going to cause, how do I say, traffic jam in the NCCA board meetings. No? I think that the Vegan Conservation Council is more than capable to approve these structures. So I will be contacting my counterparts in the different cultural agencies so that we could move towards that kind of arrangement, because I know that the Vegan Conservation Council is very capable to approve or determine what is the right methodology for the restoration of the different structures. So may you rest assured that as Minacom Secretary General and as a Commissioner of the NCCA, we will push for this arrangement. I don't know the legalities yet. We will have to discuss this with our lawyers, but I think that this is going to be the best arrangement. No? This will be the best arrangement, that anything related to restoration and legal, the council should be deputized to operate.
Considering that that was created, the Legal Conservation Council was created by law, and there are reference materials, we have guidelines specific, and we're on the ground, so to speak. So, and again, our biggest fear, although it's a joke, is by not opening our cathedral, which is very beautiful, and our simbahan massive, our people might start changing their religion. Di ba kami lahat ng religion?
Representative from Nebuchadnezzar po. Father Raymond Gunay is here po.
Ay, good afternoon, Mother. Yeah. So, I'm not sure if we share the same field. Pag hindi tayo papasok sa simbahan.
Yes po. Good afternoon, Mayor, and all the participants of this session. I am Father Ramon Bigunay, one of the Associate Pastors of Monsignor Guy Kidney Transplant Institute in Manila. And he is under recovery at the moment po. So, actually, we've been waiting for any statement coming from the NCCA because we've been hearing a lot of statements coming from various authorities. For that matter, at the last month, for the first quarter of the year, we'll be going to start for the rehabilitation of the cathedral, and we do not really know the whole story why there is this somehow, so to say, delay. So we've been exhausting our efforts to explain everything to our constituents regarding the move that is not being started yet for the rehabilitation, and maybe that is one of the last resorts for these constituents to change religion.
Okay, daya po niya ti patangan. Pakaseknan tila ito'y restoration sa digito'y dahil apong heritage sa property. Dito'y probinsya tayo nga Ilocos Sur, kang ronana dito'y Bigan na City. Alakat ekspektaren tayo, ta digi pundo, damat ten dijay, ken nayunan dapay. Ya, iti pundo na gito'y tapno malpas metlay nga daras. Ken no ma-restore na gito'y, nasyaman no ma-restore, ta ngamin, dagito'y daduma dito yung get dilapidated. Kumbaga ket han nga mabaling nga aramatenen. Amuyo ka di nga nagdakkel ti bayadan, iti restoration. Nangingina nga amang imdagi agpatakder kay ti baro. So padaanan tayo amin dagi tapo parte ti development dito probinsya tayo nga Ilocos Sur. Tapno ti kasta ket Ryanniag latta ti masakbayan tayo. Alakat awan ti oras tayo mapagayam Dios unay taggina po dito April 25 presentation tayo ti programa Ryanniag ti Ilocos Sur. Manipod ti opisina ti BC Gobernador tayo Ryan Singson. Ti gayem ken gabsat yo kapidio Lito Javier. Sure Ilocos Sur.
No serbisyo analaka nga catering ti Masapulyo, adda iti Caril's Garden Catering Services ang masarakan di Mabini Street, Barangay Rizal, Kabugaw, Ilocos Sur. Adu pa iti agkakaimas nga makan ti inkay pagpilian. Ken saan lang kadayta na ornos ti serbisyo da, napintas iti set up da. Ken saan yon a problema no kasapulan nyo iti venue. Oray anyaman nga okasyon ket mabaling nga rambakan kas iti kasar, birthday, anniversary, reunions, meeting, ken dumapay. Caril's Garden and Catering Services ti kapintasan ken kalakaan. Nadaras pa'y akasarita ti akin bagi ani Sir Carlito ken Maricar Asena. Wenno kontaken iti numero 0917-799-1273. Wenno 0917-799-5110. Caril's Garden and Catering Services. Umay kayon!
Problema yu kadi iti panangalat ti student driving permit, renewal iti lisensya ngagmaneho, ken panang-upgrade iti restriction code dagiti lisensyayo. Solbaren dagiti nga problema yo iti RX Driving School. Ti RX Driving School ket accredited iti LTO ng eskwelaan. Amang ipaay kadagiti sumaganad. TDC wenno theoretical driving course. Kasapulan daytoy kadagiti mangala ti student permit. PDC when practical driving course paramat kadagiti mangala iti non-prop when professional driver's license. Upgrading iti restriction code paramat kadagiti mangnayon iti mabalinda a manehuen ken ti special driving course paramat kadagiti kayat na tagsursurong agmaneho ti motorsiklo, tricycle, four wheels, manual or automatic ken dumapay. Naanos ken nalaing dagiti driving instructors da nga accredited iti LTO. Dito'y 2nd District, masarakan ti RX Driving School iti National Highway, Barangay Tablak, Candon City, abay iti Sacred Heart Medical Laboratory. Dito'y mat 1st District, masarakan ti RX Driving School, abay mismo iti LTO. Dita poblasyon is San Ildefonso, Ilocos Sur. Ken dita probinsya ti Ilocos Norte, masarakan ti RX Driving School iti along the National Highway, Barangay Calagip, Batak City, sango ti Ilocondia Cultural Center ken Mariano Marcos Memorial Hospital. Asideg iti mismong LTO. No lisensya ti panagmaneho, ken nasaya ta pagsusuruan ngagmaneho, RX Driving School iti papanan. Para tadadong informasyon, tumawag uno ag-text kayo iti 0917-578-3132 ken 0917-811-0581. Dito 1st District San Ildefonso, 0917-306-3735. Itamot 2nd District Candon City, 0917-120-1745. Ken dita Batak City, 0917-329-0591. RX Driving School.
Kaya't mo kanayon na nakakondisyon ti motor mo, saan tayo abaybayan ngagdadael? Siguden na patarimaan, tadda tinalaing ken anos a mekaniko, ken pagkagatangan ti high-end ken genuine a piyesa ti motorsiklo. King Rabe Motorcycle Parts Enterprises. Anyaman na piyesa ken brand ti motorsiklo kasapulan at daamin dita King Rabe Motorcycle Parts Enterprises. Saan kan ngagpaspasarak, mapankan di sigurado, adupay di pagpilyan tinadumaduma a brand affiliate, motor oil ken kumpleto apang setup. Pasyaren ti Pestuda sa Jikabarwan, Santa Catalina, Ilocos Sur. At dapay branch na dita igid ti National Highway, Sunto, Bantay, Ilocos Sur, ken Sadyay, Dagupan City. Ride safety. Siguradwen anapintas ti kondisyon dagiti motorsiklo. Adda ti mapagtalkaan a King Rabe Motorcycle Parts Enterprises. Ken no kasapulan piloga na pagpasya ken adday ti darayan nyo nga okasyon. Kastapay no dasabaten nyo akaming ti pamilyayo abalikbayan at danda iti ban amarentaan. Kontakin nyo ti numero 0917-188-7507. Upwa ken imatmatonan da Bonnie ken Lynn Rabe. King Rabe Motorcycle Parts Enterprises.
Foods ba ang hanap mo? Kaya't mo mukbang ng basit ti budget. Kapangkan sa J Books Eat Food Hub. Masarakan ti igid ti National Highway, Barangay Kabarwan, Bantay, Ilocos Sur. Giseserve dati only wings, rice, lechon kawale, sisig kanda dumapay a pagpilian. In kayon ti Books Eat Food Hub. Matmatunan dito ni Miss Eileen Tolentino ken ni Miss Luena Lu Manlies. And the food, ngem suwak sa bulsa. Anya pa ito orayam, mapankan ti Books Eat Food Hub. Books Eat Food Hub, sigurado mabsog ta buksit mo. Nagbebero kay matinaimas nga pulutan wano dagiti maprito amakmakan. Saragam lang ti Choylin Fried Station. Masarakan din na dumaduma pwestuda ti probinsya nga Ilocos Sur at dati ta syudad ti Vigan, Iliti Santo Domingo, Kabugao, Sinait, Narvacan, ken Candon City. At dapat pwestuda dita Abra ken pati Batak ken Lawag City, Ilocos Norte. Adu dagiti mabili mo pagpilian. At dati fried chicken, crispy pata, fried iti, lechon kawali, tokwat baboy ken pork sisig, choiling fried station, fried to perfection. No kaya't mumati only rice ken only soup all you can, 3 mantas grill house lang sapat na. Ado dagi di pagbilya mga combo meals nga sigurado aswak ti budget mo. Masarakan ti 3 mantas grill house sa Jay Bayubay Sur, San Vicente, Ilocos Sur. What are you waiting for? Come and visit 3 mantas grill house today. Kung mahilig ka mat dagiti matuno makmakan, na tuno grill house lang ang iyong kailangan. They offering chicken inasal, pork barbecue, chicken barbecue, only rice pork inasal ken only chicken wings. Masarakan tinatuno grill house sa San Jose, Narbacan, Ilocos Sur. Anya pa ito Ryan, pasyari mo dagitoy nga panganan. Na imas tagdag no nananam timakan.
Nueva Segovia Consortium of Cooperatives. Ti kooperatiba ano bayagin nga nagseserbi kadang ti Ilocano iti amyanan a Luzon. Ti kooperatiba ang manpapaay ti serbisyo, benepisyo, ken manisakit kariti empleyado ken miyembro na. Ti Nueva Segovia Consortium of Cooperatives wano NSCC ket adon tinatulungan na. Babayin met iti namayat alangin-langin ken kooperasyon dagiti miyembro ken mangimatmaton. Adon tinagduroasan ti kooperatiba. Adupay dagiti nainayon ang kasbek akas ti NSCC Farm, Chicharon Processing Facility, Macro Laboratory, kastameten ti NSCC Plaza, ken NSCC Business Center. Iso nga niya pelang ter orayam makikapengkan iti kadakilan a kooperatiba iti probinsya. Ti Nueva Segovia Consortium of Cooperatives suma na NSCC. Imatmatunan na daytoy ni Dr. Gibina Kenny.
As the Heritage Province of the North reopens to tourists, it launches the all-new Tour Ilocos Sur app. A quick guide to Ilocos Sur at your fingertips. Find the best tourist spots. Hotels. Bars and restaurants.